shall I say, Sammy the Bull Ratano? I don't know. Let's dive into it. Topic number 1. The general opinion
on Sammy the Bull Gravano.
Well, he's referred to be a rat because he entered into an informational agreement with law enforcement and he testified against his former comrade of the Mafia. We all know within organized crime, this kind of behavior is considered
ratting
or betrayal, as it violates the Mafia most fundamental rule known as omertà. I suggest you
stick to this video
till the end because I will give you a very rare information about Frankie Lucasio and Sammy the Bull Gravano. Here are general reasons why Gravano is seen as a rat
by the people. Number 1.
Cooperation with authorities. Gravano chose to cooperate with law enforcement by providing extensive amount of information and insights into Mafia activities. He provided incriminating evidence, witness testimonies, and insider knowledge that led to numerous arrests and convictions of high-ranking Mafia members, including the Gambino family boss
John Gotti.
I think you all know this.
Number 2.
Violation of omertà. Within the Mafia, omertà is a sacred rule that obliges members never to cooperate with authorities or disclose information that could incriminate the organization. Gravano's decision to break this code of silence and collaborate with authorities was considered a severe betrayal.
Number 3.
Impact on Mafia structure. Gravano's testimonies not only led to Gotti's arrest and conviction, but also numerous other arrests within the Mafia. This weakened the entire organization and significantly altered the power and its dynamics. Number 4. Reputation as an informant. As a result of cooperation with authorities, Gravano became known as an informant, witness, and collaborator in various legal proceedings and court trials. This led him to being branded as a rat or traitor within the underworld. Gravano's decision to testify against the Mafia and collaborate with authorities brought about a profound change within criminal organizations and had significant impacts on combating organized crimes in the United States. I would like to emphasize again that this brief summary is intended to help to understand why Sammy is generally considered to be a rat. So let's dive into topic
number 2.
Explanation of a rule process within La
Cosa Nostra.
In the Mafia, strict hierarchies and rules exist that give the boss control over the organization and its financial structures. Here's an extremely important point to understand before making hasty judgments about Sammy the Bull Gravano. It's very important that you folks know and understand this process. I will explain now. An organized rule process within the La Cosa Nostra, upon the death of a capo or underboss, the decreased income from illegal activities automatically goes to the boss. It's crucial to understand that all proceeds from illegal deals are always surrendered to the organization. The organization is always represented by the boss of a family. Well, in our case, the boss of the Gambino family back then was, well, you guessed it, Gotti. Income from legal businesses handed over to the surviving family because profits from legal activities didn't have to be surrendered to the boss. You need to understand that every income
from legal businesses
a Mafia member did is always handed over to the surviving family of the Mafia member, a soldier, a capo, or an underboss. You know what I'm talking about? The earnings could be kept by the mafioso. Giving a share to the boss was purely
voluntary
and served to
underline the loyalty
to the family boss. Please note, this is a crucial difference. So, as an underboss to Gotti and involved in successful illegal business and contracts, Gravano would have greatly benefited Gotti financially upon his death. And here are some illegal businesses Sammy was involved in. So, first, extortion. Second, illegal gambling. Third, drug trafficking. Fourth, contract killings. Fifth, infiltration of construction companies. And sixth, loan sharking. So these were the businesses, the illegal businesses Sammy was very successful in. As an underboss, Sammy Gravano virtually controlled all of Manhattan, at least in the construction industry. Hence, he had significant economic power. So there were millions of US dollars readily available. Additionally, Gotti would have taken over all businesses and business shares, resulting in considerable expansion of power and control for him. I hope this additional information helps you better understand the structure and process of the Mafia. I also hope it sheds different light on Sammy's actions. I don't intend to defend Sammy, but my aim is to provide pure understanding of the Mafia, the so-called La Cosa Nostra. I hope this additional information helps you to understand better the constructions and processes of the Mafia, the so-called La Cosa Nostra. I hope it sheds a different light on Sammy's actions, and I don't intend to defend Sammy, but my aim is to provide pure understanding of the Mafia. After all, we all want to shed more light on the subject, don't we? The true motives behind Sammy's collaborations with the authorities. First, threat from Gotti. When Gravano heard the tape recordings of Gotti in court, he realized that his life was in danger. On one side, it was due to the possibility of facing a severe prison sentence, and on the other hand, it was from Gotti himself. If Sammy Gravano were killed, Gotti would have prevented potential revelations. Additionally, Gotti would have minimized the threat to his own life, as Sammy might have aspired to become the boss within the Gambino family. Seeing Sammy's success as a mafioso with a strong hands-on mentality, there was a risk that Gotti might have been inclined to eliminate Sammy first. Second, protecting his own interest. Gravano might have realized that Gotti was willing to have killed him to protect his own financial interests and of course La Cosa Nostra. This potential betrayal by Gotti and the threat to his life could have led Gravano to decide to cooperate with the authorities, thus saving his own life and possibly receiving a lighter sentence.
Well, the circle now closes.
Sammy Gravano knew the ins and outs of the Cosa Nostra rules. Therefore, he knew that all his illegal businesses, relationships, and income would pass to John Gotti if he were killed. Of course. He also knew that there was a real risk that Gotti might kill him out of fear of competition. Additionally, there was
Personal disappointment.
that Sammy felt when he heard John talking behind his back and getting upset. From the tape recordings, it was evident that John Gotti was irritated by Sammy's hands-on mentality and business drive. John expressed that he had told often Sammy to slow down with all the businesses. He also complained that Sammy never sought to share a portion with him, even from his legal businesses.
So that's important to understand.
Here's exactly what John Gotti said on the phone. I tell him million times, Sammy, slow it down, pull it in a fucking notch. Slow it down, pull it in a notch. You came up with 15 companies, for Christ's sake. You got rebars, you got concrete pouring, you got Italian floors, you got construction, you got drywall, you got asbestos, you got rugs.
What the fuck next?
And where is my piece of these companies? That's the exact words Gotti used. So, translated into the language of the Mafia, these statements clearly meant that John was actually thinking about to eliminate Sammy because he just was upset. And he had also fear that Sammy might become a real dangerous concurrent for him. Well, after hearing John's exact words, it's clear to me John wanted a one show, a one boss, a one John Gotti, doesn't he? Gravano was undoubtedly an experienced insider in the Cosa Nostra and would have clearly recognized the potential threats and consequence to his life and businesses. It's possible that these circumstances and the threat to his life by John Gotti ultimately forced him to testify against his former boss. My final question to you folks. Personally, I am very undecided about Sammy the Bull Gravano. Is he a rat or not? Or is he a liar or not? I don't know. I'm very undecided. We all know Sammy clearly violated one of the top rules of the Cosa Nostra, known as omertà. And we all know breaking this kind of rule, you will be sentenced by death from almost every mafia. It doesn't even matter if it is a mafia. You will be even sentenced to death by drug cartels if you break this rule. You never ever talk to the authorities, don't you? On the other hand, I can understand his decision, and I have to mention, I leave aside all the stupid bullshit things Sammy did after his prison sentence, okay? I leave that honestly aside. It's just this topic here. I am undecided. So, after all these informations and inputs, what do you think about Sammy the Bull Gravano? In your eyes, is he still a rat, a traitor, a liar? I don't know. Just write your opinions in the comment box down below. I read every comment and I will respond to every comment. Now, as promised, a very interesting information for you guys. While Sammy was sitting in jail, Frank Lucasio came to visit him with a proposal. He said to Sammy, if we beat this case, I am going to kill him. Sammy agreed to him, saying he's gotta go. In addition to that, Sammy said, I don't accept any other as a new boss than you, Frank. So let's kill him and take over. Frankie answered, but I want to be the guy to pull the trigger. That's the promised information I had for you. And just think about these strong words and this situation, okay? Frankie Lucasio and Sammy the Bull Gravano. I'm sure a lot of people didn't even know that Frankie and Sammy planned
A hit on John Gotti.
while John and Sammy the Bull were sitting in jail together. Let me know if you knew about this situation. Did you enjoy my video?
Then show me how cool you are.
Comment and share my videos in social media. I'll thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. Ciao ciao.
Ci vediamo.